their spiritual wickedness. The Bible said, try the spirit and see if it be of God. The Bible said, believe not every spirit. Just because something is spiritual, that person they communicate with dead loved ones, and they told me things that I don't know how they told me that. That's spiritual wickedness. And you better be careful, because when you're playing with that, you're playing with demonic powers. People get into seances and necromancy, talking to the dead, and Ouija boards and horoscopes and witchcraft and tarot cards and Hindu mysticism and Buddhism and all of these religions of crystals, and putting them in the rooms, and they don't even understand. They say, oh, but it works. I know it works. It's spiritual wickedness. And you better be careful and understand that you're in a battle, and you just let the enemy into your home and into your life and into your mind and into your body. He is strategic. He is spiritual. He is strong. Listen to the word in verse 12. Against principalities and powers. Our enemy is strong. I don't know what's happened to preaching in pulpits. Nobody talks about the devil. It's like, honey, we shrunk the devil. And, he's no, he's not. I'm not here to glorify Satan. But the truth is, if you're trying to fight the devil in your flesh, you're going to lose miserably. You cannot fight the devil in the power of the flesh and win. You must have spiritual weapons. 2 Corinthians 10 said our weapons are not carnal. They're mighty through God. We're using those weapons. Prayer, fasting. They're mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. Mark chapter 9 said this kind cometh out. Speaking of a particular set of demons that are strong and powerful. This kind cometh out but by fasting and prayer. So we're not fighting the devil with our flesh. We're fighting the devil with our spiritual weapons. And we're winning. I said we're winning. I need somebody to shout. It's the truth. So he's strategic, and he's spiritual, and he's strong, and he's sinister. He is the prince of darkness. He is the wicked one. He is tyrannical and wild, and he wants to wreck and ruin and destroy our lives. Please listen to me. The enemy is not your friend. He's like a cornered animal, and he's out to destroy. He's sinister. And we have a real enemy, a decided fact. But then there is the defeated foe that Satan is. He is a destructive force. He is a decided fact, but he is a defeated foe this Sunday morning. And we need to understand that. How was he defeated? Jesus said, now is the prince of this world defeated. When did he say that? On the cross. 1 John 4:4. Everybody ought to know that verse. 1 John 4:4. What is that verse? Anybody know it? Here it is. Ye are of God, little children, and you have overcome them, because greater is he who is in you than he that is in the world. Satan is strong. Satan is strategic. Satan is he's sinister. He's spiritual, but greater is he that is in us. At Calvary, Jesus broke his back and severed his head, and he has given us the victory. So you have an adversary. How many of you believe you have an adversary? But secondly, you have some armor. And that's why after he points out that we have an adversary, he says, now you need to understand, every believer needs to understand, you're not a victim, and you're not to fear no evil. Fear no evil, because I'm with you if you'll put on the garment that I have provided, the armor. You've got to dress for success. You've got to put on the whole armor of God. You got to dress to kill. Come on. You got to be ready for the attack and the warfare that we're in. We need armor. He said, put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand. Notice the armor is God's and the stand is yours. What is the whole armor of God? He starts and he says, put on the belt of truth. Everything hangs on it. The dagger, the sword, all of the other weapons, they hang on the fact that you are a truthful person. Another way of saying it, so the belt of truth represents the believer's integrity. Truth is integrity. And so he's saying, if you're going to go to war against the liar and the thief and the murderer, you've got to go to war in truth. You've got to get up every day and put on the belt of truth, which is integrity. I want you to be integrous. I want you to walk in truth, know the truth, live the truth, tell the truth. Satan is a liar and Jesus is the truth. And if you let things big or small get in your life and they begin to corrode your integrity, you can lose the battle. Notice that integrity, folks, is a weapon. That when you tell the truth and you don't deceive and you don't lie, you have the first weapon that you need in the suit of armor to defeat the adversary. Truth telling. Being truthful, being integrous, having integrity when people are watching and when people are not. Integrity is the weapon that you use. Satan trembles when he sees a Christian put on integrity and do what they say and keep their word and tell the truth and live the truth and speak the truth. Put on the belt of integrity. And then he said, put on the breastplate of righteousness. This is the believer's righteousness is purity. It's another way of saying righteousness is purity. You put on purity. Warriors wore breastplates that were woven chains and they covered the vital organs. And so not only do you need integrity, but you need purity. Righteousness is purity. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. The enemy wants to attack you with impurity. He wants to attack you with lust and with uncleanness, the lust of the eyes, the pride of life. He doesn't want you to put on the breastplate of righteousness or purity. Now, I want you to watch this. So you put on the belt of truth, and that's your integrity. What does he use to try to destroy and attack your integrity with? Lies. Okay, well, then you put on the breastplate of righteousness. And what is righteousness? Righteousness is purity. And what does he attack you with to try to destroy the believer's purity? Lust. Lust of the eyes, dirty magazines, websites, uncleanness, movies, music, filth, and garbage that the enemy would love to strip so that your vital organs, spiritually speaking, are vulnerable. Guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it flows the issues of life. How do you guard your heart? With integrity, with purity. You're clean. If your eye is pure, your whole body is pure.